are you satisfied with Riverside and Brookline parks, how they are now?
Well, there's always room for improvement. I live right near Brookline Park, and there is littering there. I wish that people were a little more conscious of when they throw their garbage walking along the sidewalks. It's a beautiful park. Again, I grew up there, so I've seen a tremendous change for the better in Brookline Park. Riverside, when my family first came here in 1966, we lived on Phillips Avenue, so Riverside Park didn't exist. It was factories over there. There was a famous handbag factory. So it's a beautiful park there, and I'm really glad to see that the neighborhood is taking advantage of it. And, you know, I'm a huge proponent of having as many beautiful parks as we can in this city. It brings families together and neighborhoods together. So, yeah, I mean, there's room for improvement, but overall, both Brookline and Riverside are great parks.
Carlos?
Riverside Park, you just struck a nerve with me right here. I've been advocating for the city to correct some major safety concerns there with the park. Actually, I got some stuff done after speaking with a few department heads. This is a good example of how I'm already taking on some of the responsibilities of a city council, even though I'm not elected yet. The mulch was missing within a section of the playground. Water was filling up the inside of the playground section. There was some hazardous poles sticking up, and I had issue with that. At first, I didn't see exactly what I was talking about, but after a few phone calls and persuading them, they were on the same page. I invited people down to the park from the city, and we had a conversation. I pointed things out, and they came to an agreement that they needed to do something. So now the mulch is filled. They're promising me that the slides are ordered and they're going to be placed in shortly. I would like to see some tape put around some of that playground area because it's still a little bit of a hazard. But at least the city is attempting to fix the problems there. Beautiful park. Needs more attention. It has a lot more potential for a greater use. And I would like to see that. It's going to take some investment, and it's going to take somebody to make sure they tell the mayor, hey, Ward 2, don't forget about us.
Edwin?
As a former DPI employee, I think that the city has been trying to do the best they can with what they have. We know that we have a problem with budgets. We know that the DPI employees are being stretched beyond their capability. We need to have some compassion towards our city workers. They don't get paid enough. And it's clearly an issue when they're being called in order to do every single little thing, not knowing that they have their own outline for the day that they have to attend to. So I think that as a city councilor, we need to have a good working relationship with them and understand what they're responsible for at that level to be able to appreciate what they do when they do it. But going back to the question, I think the parks are very beautiful. Like Carlos did mention, there was some issues at Riverside Park, but I wouldn't blame it on anybody. I would say that there is a need for more staffing in the city of New Bedford. And another thing is to, we don't just sit here and watch people litter. We actually empower the kids that are at the basketball court to pick up after themselves, go and play basketball with them, get acquainted with the locals. Have a relationship with your neighbors and just empower them to pick up after themselves and clean up our basketball courts. It's our park. Let's do our part and clean up after ourselves.